Find opportunity in crisis. There's a story behind that. This is your daily message from Chad number 823 to upgrade your mental game today by telling yourself a better story. Because the most important story you hear is the story you tell yourself. This message is dedicated to Phil Knight. Here's the upgrade. Maximum fear and pessimism brings maximum possibilities. Here's the story. This is one of the most pivotal moments in Nike's history. Nike didn't start as a shoe manufacturer, They were a distributor. And it wasn't called Nike, but Blue Ribbon Sports. They had been reselling Japanese tiger shoes from a company called Onisuka for about 7 years. They devoted themselves completely to this company, introducing the shoes to America, reinventing the line with Bill Bowerman and Jeff Johnson, showing the Japanese manufacturers how to make better shoes. Their designs had become foundational to the company. But Onisuka was plotting against them. Phil Knight discovered documents stolen from a briefcase showing that Onisuka had scheduled meetings with 18 other athletic shoe distributors across the U.S. They were planning to replace Blue Ribbon entirely. This betrayal came at the worst possible time in the economy as well. Banks had just terminated Nike's credit. The nation's economy was in the tank with recessions, gas lines, rising unemployment, and the U.S. was mired in the Vietnam War. When Phil gathered his roughly 30 employees to break the news of Onisuka's betrayal, everyone was already worried about making rent and paying bills. The mood was devastating. Jeff Johnson, the first and most passionate employee, had something Phil had never seen in his face before: surrender. Everyone was giving up. Then came the legendary moment. Phil cleared his throat and said, "So in other words, what I'm trying to say is we've got them right where we want them." Phil's reasoning was brilliant in its reframing. Onisuka wasn't betraying them, but freeing them. He then reminded the stunned room of all the problems with Onisuka. They were slow to react to product development ideas. They never shipped what was ordered, and they would probably yank distribution anyway. What Nike needed was a brand they could control, and they already had everything else, the shoes and the top runners. This is the best thing that could ever happen to us, Phil says. Phil Knight transformed what could have been Nike's death into its liberation, their Independence Day. He told his team this was their moment to stop selling someone else's brand and succeed or fail on their own terms with their own ideas. This ability to flip problems into opportunities is what all great leaders do. And as you lead yourself, you need to reframe your problems this way. The better story to tell yourself is, my problems are my opportunities. You are a problem-solving machine. Embedded in whatever crisis you're facing is a great opportunity. You've done it before. You'll do it again. It was Thomas Babington Macaulay in the 19th century who posed the question like this: by what principle is it that when we see nothing but improvements behind us, we are to expect nothing but deterioration before us? Think about all the positive changes you've gone through. Why wouldn't you expect more of the same in the future? You are a problem-solving machine. Your problems are your opportunities. Tell me a story of finding opportunity in crisis to fromchadsmith@gmail.com. Will you send this to someone you think would benefit from this story right now? You can download my book, The Most Powerful Story in the World, by going to fromchad.gumroad.com. The transcript of this message and hundreds of others are always available at www.fromchad.com.